What happens with the grass is it holds it nicely together. So with it being a little more bare, I expect that it'll be that little bit slower.
Bowlers need to find out the right length very quickly because South Africa won the toss electing to bowl, so it has to make sense. So they can't be out there thinking that, you know, allow Pakistan 50 overs and hope that they can squeeze them, cripple them.
Lubabalottuma, congratulations in order as he stands in his first one-day international. Proud moment for him and his family, no doubt. There you go. #1 for South Africa. That man, Marco Jansen, with the breakthrough.
So it's making a lot of sense now, winning the toss, electing to bowl, and they've got the first one. A soft dismissal, you've got to say, because probably looking for that in-swinging angle once again, Abdullah Shafiq. And this just held the line, the angular delivery deceiving him.
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
There's history to that, actually. Great numbers for Babar Azam. They'll be wide. Be disappointed with that as a bowler. He's looking down at the popping crease. I wonder if he just didn't quite land all right there and ended up going down the leg side. But here's the wicket. And it goes off the edge, carries on with the angle. Easy as you like. The context to it, you'd say, though, Abdullah Shafiq in the previous game totally undone by an absolute jaffa.
No!
And so when he faces up to the same bowler again, he's trying to work out, okay, what's going to happen? Is it going to be the same conditions? Is he going to get the ball to shape back at me again? And it was a sequence of 2 balls in the previous game where one cut him in half and he was lucky for it to go over the stumps. And then there was the adjustment from Marco Jansen, and he got it absolutely spot on. Comes back in through the gate, top of off stump.
No! I think the troubling thing, that's the end of the over. We'll come back to a bit of more in.
बैंक अल्फा की न्यू अल्फा ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
That's one leg.
Here's Gwynna Mapaka,
Lift him
exciting
over.
youngster. Just 18 years old. As I look at his List A career, and it doesn't read as much, just 3 games. It's right at the beginning. One debut. Nervous, no doubt.
A massive wake-up call for Klaasen. He was jolted. Absolutely, what a good take that is. But he's got to be patient. He's only 18, young kid who wants to flaunt his talent, speed. What a take.
Off the edge, and it's away down to third for a single. He'll be looking to try and find his range. Mapaka. Yeah, so inexperienced, but lots of talent.
Good that he's picked young. He hasn't played a lot of sort of list A cricket, yet they feel that he's got massive potential, so let's get him in. Great thinking.
Yeah, I know that Pakistan, certainly Pakistan cricket, is not averse to doing that sort of a thing, unleashing young terrorways.
Absolutely. I mean, any bowler, even in the nets, it come from club structure, and he bowled quick, he was in. Didn't matter whether he played any first-class cricket or not. The talent was spotted, and he got a gig.
Shot. Well manipulated into the gap. Just opened the face, Babar Azam. And he'll pick up 4.
It's a very good shot, especially for somebody like Babar Azam, who needs runs and a lot of runs, because we know his numbers are staggering. Average of over 55 in ODIs. Covering the stumps, actually staying on that middle and off-stump angle to cover that line, and nicely put away.
This time a little too straight. Luckily no bat on it, and so it won't race off for 4. But still trying to find his range here.
I think somebody needs to maybe tutor him in bowling just one angle, one line, one swing early on. Just get yourself settled before experimenting with both swings or seam. So we've seen the outswinger, we've seen the in-swinger, and he's only bowled 4 balls. That's a much better way of handling himself. Massive potential.
Yeah, also so different, just constructing the spells, and when you used to just bowling the 4 overs and you run up, you might bowl 1, you might bowl 2. Whereas here there's the expectation in this power play, you bowl 4, sometimes 5 to start off with. Things going really well, you might even be asked to do 6, and which is a normal, it's a normal sort of test match spell at the start of a game. 14 for 1.
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें. अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में. खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ.
हमदर्द जुशांदा का 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें. नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स. आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा.
And the Dusan and class and nicely bowled. South Africa will be well aware of the danger of Saim Ayub.
Yeah, deceived by delivery that came back, and there's a huge gap between bat and pad, and here just following that line and the bat coming back behind the pad a little late, and it's all done.
Shots of catch it. Oh, he threw the hands at that one. It's scythed away for 4.
That's the other thing that Saim Ayub does so well. Uninhibited approach. So he sees them, goes after it massively.
A kind of spare team one, which then needs a bit of customization as well, so that it can fit and suit and be comfortable. That just looks like he's not happy with that. It's a different fit. And you batters, you kind of want everything just so, don't you?
That's the fast one this time, Tony.
Right, I think we're good to go. There's Janssen to Saim Ayub. Lovely shot. Oh, that's beautiful. That is outstanding as a shot. Away it goes for 4. And easy as you like.
Was that because of the new helmet impact? That glorious square drive. Yeah, just altering his length a little bit, and have a look at the response. The first 4 went over point. This was pitched up just a little bit and flowed through the offside. Great timing.
What he does, Saim Ayub, and watched him through the 2020s and now through ODIs as well, is he does look to drive on the up. So as bowler, I think you're quite happy with the fact that he is willing to go for those shots. But he plays them so well. And so even though you feel that it's fraught with danger, should the ball bounce a bit more, should it swing a little bit, he seems to have it covered. And just at the minute, whilst he's in this run of form, many are just disappearing to the fence. There he goes again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's having an extended next session. Beautiful timing once again from the left-hander. And they look glorious when they're driving like this, the left-handers. High back lift, good balance, playing on the rise, and great poise.
Apart from the width as a bowler, you don't feel that's necessarily a drive ball. Just tightened up the line and goes past the outside edge. It's 22 for 1.
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
बैंक अल्फा की न्यू अल्फा ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Mapaka back for his second and looking to address his line, make sure that he can just be consistent as he tries to settle down and get South Africa a start. Must-win game, of course, for South Africa. Off the edge, and it's just short of Janssen at slip.
Yeah, Babar Azam has been a little hesitant around that off-stump area. Mentioned it earlier, when you're a little out of touch, you lose where your off-stump is. So just followed the length, the line, and perilously close to that grab. Yeah, in two minds, and they're just closing the face of the blade so that the ball doesn't reach the slip fielder.
And past the outside edge again. It's good from Mapaka. A really good start to his second over.
Whilst you want him to bowl there, but a short ball could be a little handy as well against Babar Azam. He's got speed, wheels, excellent delivery, beautifully bowled.
Yeah, and it looks just natural variation, just carrying on with the angle rather than swinging back. And that one ever so slightly coming back a bit fuller that time, a bit tighter on the stumps. Asking good questions.
Babar's challenge has been that he's been in almost in the first or the second over of the innings. And that must be tough for somebody who's been a little out of touch. Face the sideways movement and a bit of pace. On the other end, Sam Ayub is batting beautifully. No hesitation, everything almost at the middle of the bat.
Youngsters, as they turn up and make their way, there is the tendency to compare with players of the past, and sometimes it probably is unfair. In fact, all times it's unfair on the youngster, but it's also difficult not to when the similarities are so glaring. 24 for 1.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
बैंक अल्फला की न्यू अल्फा ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड।
They're batters who are just blessed with timing, and he seems one of those. Say Mayub. Yeah, he's got all the shots.
Plays that length wonderfully well. The pull shot, the leg side play was astonishingly brilliant. Then the cut shot, the drive through the offside, and then this ability to leave the ball. So, I mean, he's not like your typical white ball hitter. So there's a lot of technique behind what he does. So the foundations are strong. That's why you see a better dial of hitting when he's out there. So he can play the straight drive, the flicks, the pull shots, the cut shots. All he has to do is to develop a bit of temperament. And mentioned it earlier, with so much of talent at 22, at times you don't know how to cap it.
Yeah, youthful flair and exuberance, but he seems a measured chap. Even with all the shots that he plays, he's very comfortable with how things go, and yeah, unhurried.
Yeah, the other thing that he did so well was to not throw any tantrums when he was left high and dry on 98. I mean, for any young batsman, you'd feel a bit cheated. I think it was Abbas Afridi who was out there, and he hit a first ball for a 6, then a boundary, and then he got out, and then somebody came in and hit a 4, and so there was hardly any space left for Sam Ayub to be at the other end and get to his 100. But he was so calm in the end, because and that shows that he's a good one, because he worried about the team effort than his own. So that's an excellent start for him at 22.
Shot. Pounced on that. Right up in the air with both feet as he swung at it, and away it went for a 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, suddenly from leaving the ball and playing carefully, have a look at this. Jumping up in the air and almost crashing it for 6. And that's his ability. The other good thing about his batting is that he doesn't really miss out on what is his strength. Didn't bog down by a ball that beat him on the one that kept low. He was absolutely ready for that slash.
Okay. 28 for 1.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Wide down the leg side. Just starting at 2 straight. Previous over was good in terms of lines. Was outside off to the right-handed Babar Azam and kept it there and troubled him outside that off stump.
I think the more he bowls, the better he'll get. So the sample size is very small. He's got potential talent. He's got to do that. Target the stumps or take it away from that off stump. No bouncer yet from him. I think he wants to control this little spell here. Bowl within himself. 141, 141, the 2 deliveries. We saw him to clock 150 plus in that T20I game.
Nice shot. Nicely played by Babar Azam as he tries to get going. Played a couple of magnificent shots in that previous game. So good to watch when he is in full flow. Technically very efficient and has an economy of movement with the way that he plays his shots. Babar Azam. South Africa, no doubt, will want to break this partnership and get rid of both if they can. Yeah, wonderful numbers. Babar Azam. And look at that, against South Africa, averages 60. 104.50, so doesn't mind playing against South Africa. Piles on the runs. Off the edge. Bowler will feel they're not enough in that cordon, particularly with the ball still hard and new.
South Africa would want to see the back of him ASAP, so I don't know whether they need another slip fielder there, because otherwise, if he has a good time of it, another 19 balls, so he's played 19, he's got 20, another 19, and it will be impossible to stop. That's played up in the air and well stopped. Babar Azam is good with that flick shot.
Just didn't seem as controlled as you'd want, Babar Azam. So look at the piece of fielding, Tony de Zorzi. Yep, all seems good with that.
I bet you. Good commitment, really good effort in the end.
Yeah, nicely bowled. 34 for 1.
बैंक अल्फा की न्यू अल्फा ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से ख़त्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
Well, 242 for 7 in the end, that century with wickets falling at the other end. That partnership between Saeem and Salman ensured that they got close once it was broken. Salman had to then put the finishing touches to the job, and he did that. So Pakistan by 3 wickets in that first ODI. Nicely nudged off the hip and away for 4. A wonderful start to the over for Babar Azam and Pakistan.
That must be very frustrating for the skipper, because the field was set for him to bowl that angle around that off stump. Plenty of protection towards the offside, and he bowls a ball on the pads. And to Babar's credit, he puts it away.
Decent start this for Pakistan, they'll be happy with it. Whilst there's been some concern, all off the edge here and there, still going okay after the loss of Shafiq. It's South Africa who will worry, having won the toss and decided to bowl.
Something for Abdullah Shafiq really to mirror and follow. That was a rock-solid defensive shot. There's no gap between bat and pad. It's a firm front foot push. Defensive push, that is. Covered the line beautifully. Have a look at this on middle and off stump, and then playing very close to the front pad. Head down, eye on the ball, as they say.
Not quite there. Yeah, and he's not happy with himself after playing the shot.
Just feel he's a little cautious. Normally you don't see Babar Azam to really dig in and look for a bit of timing. Timing has always been there. Gaps have always been there. A little tough, it seems, these days.
Worked onside, they should pick up a couple. By the way, the batter from yesterday I was talking about is Saeed Anwar, if you hadn't guessed already.
Had a good pleasure of playing with him. He's just an absolute freak when it came to hitting a six, especially off a spinner.
There'll be many who'd say it wasn't a pleasure at the other end against him. 40 for 1 off.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
बैंक अल्फा की न्यू अल्फा ऐप से कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें, क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है। डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
हमदर्द जुशानदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से ख़त्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें with हमदर्द जुशानदा।
High right now, about 26 degrees Celsius, so that's ideal. And just a little bit of a breeze, but just perfect spectators and also the players. He was playing brilliantly again. 20 off 21 balls, so balanced. His head is just dead still as the ball is released. I think that's got a lot to do with the fact that he's been so successful. But he's looking good. G'day, Sean.
Yeah, good afternoon, Hazy, and good afternoon to all the viewers. It does look like a good surface. I've got to give groundsman that as well. It doesn't look like there's much movement off it. It looks like it should be a good one for a one-day international.
There's an edge, and it's wide of the keeper. Wide of the slip as well, who's standing at around about second slip, is Marco Janssen. Picked that gap perfectly, so there's a little bit of a life.
Yeah, what happens from a captaincy perspective is you try and cover some more bases than usual. So you just get your first slip to go and stand maybe at 1.5. It looks like Marco Janssen is at 2. I suppose the disappointment here is that no one's gone for it. You don't mind if you spread yourself and someone dives and maybe gets a hand to it if a ball does go down. But I think it was Claessen's catch if it was going to be anyone. And he ended up not being in that strong position to be able to launch himself to the left.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You've got to, you understand there's a gap now, so you've got to commit yourself. Janssen's moved a little bit closer now into that slip, standard slip, I think, first slip now.
Yeah, if it's a left-hander bowling to a right-handed batter, then you can sometimes unstand because you kind of lose it on the angle and it might start. But have a look at where this delivery starts. You can see Klaasen sets himself. And it's going comfortably outside the off stump, so he shouldn't really be moving to the left-hand side of screen. He shouldn't really be backing himself for that. He should be really waiting for the ball to go through the offside. So he'll be disappointed with that. We often talk about techniques of bowlers and batters. I saw an example the other night. I think it was Rizwan who ended up launching himself to the right-hand side. The ball went away to the fence. And in Test cricket, you often got that mind of thinking every delivery you're going to pick up a wicket or edge or something. In the one-day arena, you kind of can get caught sometimes watching the batter and seeing what he's doing and forget that a catch could come your way. So I think South Africa will be disappointed with that, particularly on this wicket, and particularly because it was Saim Ayub and the form he's in.
Yeah, Ayub's been in great form so far. Boys before us spoke about that 98 not out and also the century in the last game, played magnificently. And again, solidly behind that one. End of the over. No, not quite the end of the over. 1 to go. Just the 1 wicket down at the moment. Abdul Shafiq is not having a great time. He got a terrific delivery from Janssen in the first one. International came into him and that one just went across him.
I was going to say it's a hangover after the first one internationally. He got absolute peach ball, swung back, went between bat and pad and crashed into the top of his off stump. So he was probably thinking along the same lines and expecting a similar kind of delivery.
He's going to have to bowl that one again as well. Hasn't quite found his rhythm today on his debut. 18 years of age, 255 days. Mapaka, he's a rare talent. Going to watch him very close over many years, I think. He's got some serious skill. We've seen the pace that he started with when he played in the T20. Not so long ago, 152 k's per hour. A bit of bounce on that occasion. 45 for 1.
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है, बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
हमदर्द जुसांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से ख़त्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुसांदा।
A day nighter, and that's the pink day.
आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुसांदा।
A day nighter, and that's the pink day. So that's going to be a beauty. But what an opportunity for Pakistan to win this series, and that'll be beat Australia 2-1 in Australia. They beat Zimbabwe in Zimbabwe 2-1, and if they win today, it'll be another feather in their cap and a bit of a rarity, getting another series away from home. It's been a good format for them, Pakistan, but South Africa want to make sure that doesn't happen. Bjorn Fortuin into the lineup.
I might want to know what's happened to Bjorn Fontaine over the last 25 hours of his life. He would have got a phone call and said, get on a plane. Based in Joburg, unless he was already on holiday and had to go and get his kit, head down.
Games, franchise games, SA20 games, and also for South Africa. A little bit short and wide, and that's been put away quite easily by Babar Azam.
Real strength of his is his ability to work out if a ball is offline. Bjorn Fontaine's main form of attack is to try and target the stumps. This one's just a little bit off, shapes back probably half a metre away from the off stump. And that's where Babar Azam is so good. He looks for that opportunity, and then the placement is key. He gets it through.
Yeah, he likes to drift the ball in. That's what he likes to do, Bjorn Fortuin, from fairly wide.
He's got some serious strapping on his right hand, hasn't he, Hazy? I hope it's not too much an issue. That single brings up the 50 for Pakistan after 8.2 overs. So a decent start again for the Pakistan team.
So nice little stand, 45 runs this partnership. Look at going down nice and early. And Shafiq was sent on his way. Comfortable catch behind. But these are the two gun batsmen for Pakistan. Great form. Saim Ayub. A little bit leg side that one. And Babar Azam, we know how good he is. We know how good he has been in the previous tour of South Africa.
Now there's that strapping I was talking about. It's interesting that he's got white strapping on. As a batter, you can actually ask him to strap it with a different colour. Because the hands kind of cross over each other as he's coming to delivery, it can take your focus off the white kookaburra. So there's nothing you can do. If the batters say, listen, it's disturbing me, but I'm wondering what that injury is. You can see him shaking it. It's obviously an area of discomfort already, and he's obviously coming into the game with it.
Well, the last thing South Africa need is another injury. What about all these injuries, Sean? It's been quite extraordinary.
Well, what is it with these left-arm spinners? We have to toughen them up a bit.
And a couple of quick bowlers as well. Whole host of blokes on the sidelines. There's a whole squad.
Yeah, that's only in the test arena, and that's hard work for a bowler.
Seven off 5 balls of his first over. He's missed on the line on that occasion also. So 8 runs off his first over. 53 for 1.
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
game that South Africa have to win to level the series. And then we go to the pink day, the big pink day, of course, at the Wanderers for the final one, which could be and will be a magnificent occasion. But not to have Rabada, Bartman and Stubbs, I think, is quite strange. In the air, nicely fielded by the skipper.
Yeah, Temba's done well there. As the ball pitched, it pitched into the Kikuyu and just held up a touch. So he was looking to launch himself, but had to adjust as to which height the ball would be coming through. It was airborne, as Hazy said, and South Africa would have thought just maybe. But you can see how steep that bounces.
It just slowed up a little bit. The other one is not playing Reckleton, who has scored a truckload of runs here with SA20. So 4 players, and in particular a couple in Stubbs and Rabada for starters, and Bartman. I mean, you got to win this game. Surely you've got to play your best team and level the series.
Yeah, I spoke to KG. He seems to have a little bit of a patella injury, and I can understand with the big test series coming up and trying to qualify the test championship, they might be a bit wary. Neil Bartman also apparently has got some sort of niggle. The surprise for me was Tristan Stubbs. I think he's a kind of a guy you just run with all formats at the moment. He's kind of the future batting wise for South Africa.
Top edge might be out. Is out. Catch is taken. It's a little bit of good fortune for Mapaka, but he's picked up his first wicket. That's his first wicket in one-day international cricket for South Africa. Funda Dawson doesn't drop catches down there, and it is the big wicket of Sain Ayub.
Yeah, Quinton Parker's liking to start off this way. His first wicket in the T20 internationals was short wide, and he got rid of Babar Azam. This one's short wide, and he gets rid of the informed Sain Ayub. Nice take from Rassie Thunderus, and a good awareness of where the boundary cushion was. And Parker's got his first, making his debut. He's on the board, and the man who's in form for Pakistan has to be on his way. So that's a massive wicket for the South Africans. 53 for 2.
किसानों के इस आलमी दिन पर सिंजेंटा की है दुआ, शाद रहे किसान, आबाद रहे पाकिस्तान। सिंजेंटा, हमारी जमीन, हमारी जिम्मेदारी।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
No doubt in his century in the last game in Pal, Sain Ayub. But Mohammad Rizwan is a fine cricketer, and when these two bat together, it can be big problems for the opposition. Run rates just hovering around the 5.6 to the over, 2 down at this stage. Time for the Pakistan skipper now, Mohammad Rizwan. Wonderful player, Mohammad Rizwan. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan have got plenty of records between them. As a look at his numbers, averaging 40 plus.
His eyes would have lit up. He would have thought, I can pop this over square of a backward point, but onto him maybe a little bit quicker than he expected. And that's a nice take by Rassie Thunderus.
Straight away with Mohammad Rizwan at the crease. Suddenly another slip. Aiden Markram is at second slip. Not much of a gap there between first and second slip, I must say. Big gap between keeper and Marco Jansen, though. But very tight between Markram and Jansen.